this is kind of like being on hallowed ground, you know what I mean?
Yes,
You
yes.
get the atmosphere. Hey, this
yeah.
was the Canadian bomber base.
Very much so.
Oh, no ghosts in the
No,
control
no,
tower,
no,
but
no.
It is home.
Oh, definitely home, yeah.
And just tell me about your first experience when you first bought it. You came here. What did you see? And what did you try and save? I mean, in terms of history.
Yeah, well, I think when we first saw the building, it was just somewhere we wanted a nice place for us to live in, and we thought there was a lot of potential, and didn't really realise the sort of history of it all at the time. And then we found out more as time went on. The more we had a caravan, lived in a caravan for a year, and sort of did it up as we went along. And I guess it became our home over that year, really.
Right.
And I mean, unfortunately, there wasn't a lot of the stuff left inside. It was just a bare shell.
Just the shell.
So we're starting from scratch, really, with it all. But
so now, over the years, did you personally meet any of the fellas that flew out of here in World War II?
Yeah, we did early on. We've been here 26 years, I think, now. So. Early on, we met quite a few came back over the years. Not so much, obviously not in the last sort of 5, 7 or 8 years, I think.
Yeah, they're in their 90s now, if they're still alive.
Yeah.
Now, just can you think of one particular story, something that strikes you about an old veteran coming here? Did you ever have kind of an unusual story about someone coming here?
Well, I can't remember any specific stories, but everybody had a tale to tell, and it's always fascinating as well, listening to these people, and just to hear, what they went through, and even though some were quite old and frail, the memories were really sharp, which was it's really interesting for us, actually. So
great.
Yeah.
I see you've got the beautiful plaque there documenting the history of the base and the squadrons that were here.
Yeah.
This plaque was put here in 1996, I think.
Oof, was it? I can't remember.
1996, unveiled by General Hull and provided by Al MacDonald, who was from Vancouver. And here's the crowd watching the unveiling.
That's real.
With Rail Centimore.
Riel St. Amour, the saint.
And
Yeah.
Becky.
Yeah.
And more importantly, look at, there's Vicky.
Oh, yes.
Vicky, the little mascot.
That Vicky the mascot has many combat ops. That doll flew in combat with 425 Alouette Squadron, and they brought the mascot over from Canada for this dedication ceremony.
Yes, and it had a bullet hole in it.
Yeah. In fact, there was a second one built after the damage to the first one.
I think there might have been more than one.
Yes.
But
I've seen 2.
So this is taken in 1986?
96.
96, okay, got it.
And it was made in Vancouver. However, you would like to have a look on the balcony?
Yeah.
Sure, that'd be great.
Yeah, go on.
Here we are, panorama.
Carl,
In the history of the Canadians.
right.
Yeah.
Behind the blue building in the distance, the grey building is one of the original T2 hangars.
Right, the biggest, tallest building there.
The taller one of the two.
Right,
is the
that's
original one of the original hangars. And the bomb dump was just there. So
Right.
No, there were 2 bomb dumps.
the main one was over there, wasn't it?
Yes, well, one was just behind those poultry huts. The other one was to the right of this wood and before the next wood.
Wasn't there a major incident with this bomb dump during World War II? Didn't something happen, like an airplane went into the bomb dump?
No, into a bombed up aircraft.
Ah, okay.
I've got pictures of that as well. And that happened over here.
And so explain to me what happened, Jeff.
Well, it was a returning aircraft with, I think, one engine down anyway, attempting to land, and it veered off the runway and collided with a bombed up aircraft that had been US and didn't go. And of course it ignited all the bombs, and the Air Commodore Ross was here from Linton. He was the CO of Linton and Tholthorpe and Eastmore, and he went across with 2 others. I've got a report of those, and they rescued the rear gunner. Everybody got out before all the damage was done.
Now, I have a story for you guys, and you would appreciate this, and this was told to me by a wireless air gunner of 425, and they were coming back to Tholthorpe, and they were all to arrive at Tholthorpe very close together, so they're coming back en masse as a group. And Joe, the CO of 425, Joe LeConte, and they say Tholthorpe is fogged in, divert to alternate. And they were so low on gas they couldn't go to their alternate airport, so they called Darkey, and one of the small training airfields lit up for them.
Oh, yeah.
And Joe went in first, and they were all down to about 5 minutes fuel. This is almost an entire squadron. And Joe, the CO, he rolls to the end, and he turns the airplane around, and he says, "Okay, you guys out there, how much fuel you got for juice?" You know? Yeah. And everybody checked in. B. Baker, I got 7 minutes. C. Charlie, I got 5 minutes. And he says, and the other guy says, "I'm on fumes." He says, "Okay." He says, "F. Freddy, you come in now. B. Baker, you see Charlie, you circle a little bit longer." And the flying control tower guy in this little training base, he's gone apoplectic because now flying control is being run by a French Canadian idling at the end of the runway. Anyway, so they're coming in. This is right at the end of the war, and they're so low on fuel that everybody, and they're coming in, and he's saying, "Okay, B. Baker, you go long, go off the end there," you know, and he's controlling everybody, and they all got down without running out of gas. But it was close.
That was the Halifax for you.
Yeah, and so, yeah, it could have been. And so the whole point being was Joe, the CO, saved 425, and the flying control officer didn't like it.